Hi everyone, welcome back to our series of how to deploy your blockchain nodes with help of Zeeve. Today we're going to be capturing another blockchain protocol which is very popular to enterprises for creating and managing their own private blockchain consortium, which is Polygon Edge. It is backed up by the Polygon Community, as you all know, and it specializes into enterprise blockchain solutions. Let me go ahead and log into my account here, and we'll get started on this protocol right away. So as you can see, I've logged into my account here of the platform. You can see all my elements inside dashboard. It's got quite a few things going on. We won't go into much of depth here. You can look into our platform overview that we've recorded previously to get into more details. But I'll just quickly jump into Polygon Edge and show you guys around what we've got there. If you go ahead and click on dedicated nodes inside your managed services, you should be able to see your current existing networks. For you guys, it might just be an empty screen if you're just starting off with Zeeve platform. And what you can do here is just click on this add network. So this will take you to a screen where you can see your existing subscriptions that you've purchased with Zeeve. If you haven't got any subscription yet, this screen again will look to you pretty empty, and you can just go ahead and click on buy subscription here in that case. Clicking on buy subscription, you'll be able to see all the blockchain protocols that Zeeve supports, but we're just going to go ahead and find a Polygon Edge blockchain protocol. So you can see here it comes under permissive protocol, as well as it also comes inside public protocols, because it's just that kind of a protocol. And if you select this, it will take you to a screen where you can put down your options, whether you want to bring your own cloud, AWS, or you want to have Zeeve managed. That we're also launching for Polygon Edge. Setting the node types, so we support, of course, validator and non-validator nodes both, which are required to be present in your blockchain protocol of Polygon Edge. You can set the number of nodes that you want to purchase for. Let's say I want to purchase 4 or 5 nodes for my setup. I can go ahead and just put that number down, and I can just click on subscribe. This will take me to the screen of payments, and I can do my purchase from there. So I'll just skip these steps because I already have subscription in place, but that should give you guys some clue of how to purchase a subscription for yourself, and then continue with the flow of your network deployments. So I'm here going to select a subscription of Polygon Edge, which I've already gotten, which is BYOC AWS, where I can select my own cloud account of AWS, bring your own cloud, and Zeeve will make sure that all my deployments are ultimately running within my own cloud account of AWS. Yeah, so selecting my subscription, I will add into this screen where I can start filling all my details for the network that I want to deploy. So the very first option that we see here is to choose the consensus type, which is that you can select between proof of authority and proof of stake when you're setting up your Polygon Edge network. So for the simplicity of this demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead with POA, but proof of stake again gives you another bunch of options where you can set the pre-mining and all the staking related configurations which are required for your Polygon Edge network. So selecting the consensus, you can see some bit of high-level network configurations where you can first of all name your network. So I'm just going to write Edge Network 1, let's call it. Okay, so this is not recommended. And then I can set my workspace. So I'm just going to take here Zeeve workspace for simplicity. Workspaces are again a cool way to manage your networks and resources into one place for your project, so you never run into confusion of what kind of resources are present in your account, and you can neatly manage their permissions as well. You can configure chain ID for this network that will be created. You can put down blog production in seconds, so I'm just going to put here 1 second. Again, you can put down whatever is suitable to you. Gas limit. So I just put down some numbers here. You don't have to worry about it because this is just a demonstration, but for your own purpose, I would recommend that you follow our documentation closely for seeing what these options are. You can enable pre-mining for your node, or you can just skip it as I will in this demonstration. Pre-mining would allow you to configure multiple nodes, multiple addresses with an amount of native currency present within them already. You can even choose to whitelist addresses which can deploy smart contract on this network by just putting all the addresses, pasting them here by one. But again, for me, I'll just keep it open for anybody to deploy smart contracts on, and I'll just go ahead and click next. Then after that, you can see I can add my validator and non-validator nodes here. So let's say I'll have, let's say, 2 validators and or rather 3 validators and 1 non-validator. I've exceeded my subscription amount, so I'll just stick around with this configuration here. I can name my nodes here. So node A will be fine. I can put down a user for node A as well. I can put down a strong password for my RPC credentials so that I can secure my endpoint to my node. I can put down the memory, the CPU limits for my blockchain node. Again, this depends upon the kind of usage that you would have, because you may be using these nodes for your own use case within your own private network, which means that there could be a lot of load that these nodes might have to go towards. So it's best to take that consideration into play. But Zeeve, again, at a later time also allows you to scale your nodes however you want by looking into those monitoring elements, those monitoring of the nodes later on as well. You can select which nodes should be the boot nodes. So I'm going to select here 2 nodes to be my boot nodes, both of them being validator. I'm going to put down node name as node B here. I can again give my RPC credentials for node B, give a strong password again, decide the storage in GB. So again, 2 GB storage is just fine for this demonstration. Memory of 2 GB as well, and 2 CPUs is what we'll go ahead with. Actually, let me put that down to 1 CPU for making some space. And for my non-validator node as well, I'll just put down same configurations. So these configurations would change slightly if you would have chosen proof of stake for yourself, but you don't have to worry about that right now. And I can go ahead and click next. So the last step would be cloud configurations, where I can select the cloud account of my AWS. So AWS is my subscription, and this is the primary account, cloud account that we support for Polygon Edge. But we are also launching Polygon Edge for a lot of the clouds, so you might want to just let us know if you are feeling the need to set up your Polygon Edge networks for any other cloud account whatsoever. So I can see my AWS cloud accounts in this list, which is only 1, so I'll just select that. I can select my region where I want to deploy this network at. I can set the number of instances which I want to give. I can also select the machine size that I want for this setup. So T3A large should just be fine for my deployment. And I can go ahead and click on create. So at this point, we will do a couple of validations, such as this one, that the instance type of T3A large is not supported for all the AZs availability zones in the setup that you're looking to do. So I'll just go ahead and change my instance type here. Let me just go ahead with the T3X large and click on create again. And we will again do all kind of validations which are needed for my successful network setup. And right after that, it will initiate the provisioning of the infrastructure as well as the nodes over them. When I click on continue, I can see my network is now showcasing itself here onto my network section. It will take some time, about 10-12 minutes for the infrastructure to be ready, another couple of minutes for the nodes to start coming up. But you don't have to wait for that long. We've got a network present here already by the name of Polygon POS network. This is a network that was created with POS consensus. So we can just loop around this network. So you can see the dashboard of my Polygon Edge network. It shows a bunch of details of how this network is deployed, the chain ID, the consensus, gas limit, epoch, max validator count, any whitelisted addresses for my smart contract. I can also see a little bit of my topology of my network, how it looks. And I can also see the nodes on my left side here, where validator and non-validator nodes are separated out. So what cloud were these nodes deployed on, what was the region where they're deployed on. I can choose to stop, restart, delete my nodes as well. And if I just click on details, I can see all the details which are specific to my validator 1 node, including the node connection string URL, which I can use to connect my applications with. So I'll leave this all as it is, and I'll show you some monitoring bits that we captured for Polygon Edge. So if you go ahead and select here analytics, you can see a bunch of various options. There's also a button on the right, which allows you to add more nodes to your existing networks, delete your network altogether as well. Add node will just lead you to a place where you can again give a bunch of options which are relevant for you. You don't have to set the network configurations, but you can again set another bunch of options which are relevant to you. I don't have any nodes in my subscription at the moment. I think I've exceeded my quantity, so I just leave it as it is. But it will allow you to add your nodes from this panel here itself. So going by the monitoring, you can see that it gives you various options. You can see the monitoring of K8 cluster, nodes, namespace, or Polygon Edge itself. So the good thing about Polygon Edge is that we deploy it on a Kubernetes-based cluster. That is the recommendation when it comes to managing your enterprise-grade blockchain networks. And that's what exactly we do. So this is a Kubernetes cluster where the nodes are deployed on. And you can see the CPU, the memory of the cluster in whole, the historical data of all of this as well, while some bit of disk as well as network I/O, the number of worker nodes into your network, the number of pods running, any pods which might be pending, continuous running, continuous terminated, all of the metrics which are relevant to monitor your Polygon Edge cluster, blockchain cluster. You can also see all of these metrics at node level as well. For every worker node, you can see the 3 worker nodes present for my network, and I can select and view these details for each and every worker node to make sure that they are running healthily themselves. As well as I can see it at a namespace level where my blockchain nodes are again running at. So you can select your namespace from here, where your nodes might be running at, or just general namespaces you can see by default, and you can look at all the CPU RAM metrics at a namespace level. So these monitoring metrics are quite important when you are dealing with enterprise grade deployments, and Zeeve makes sure that your endpoints are secure, that your network is highly available. It is deployed on a multi-availability zone based deployment. And you can also see blockchain metrics as well. So why we capture the system level metrics, but we also capture blockchain level metrics for Polygon Edge, where you can see a bunch of details as you see in front of you, the number of peer count, validators, all these metrics which are relevant to monitor your blockchain nodes of your Polygon Edge network. These metrics will start popping up as you use your blockchain network more and more. But the good thing about all of this is that we're also able to provide you alerts on basis of these metrics. Let's say for any reason your node is not healthy in your network, Zeeve will be able to capture that information and put it out to you in terms of alerts that this is not looking good, and somebody or the other needs to be putting attention to this blockchain node. So it does so for your system level metrics as well as for your Polygon Edge nodes metrics. So that's Polygon Edge in whole, how you can easily deploy, manage, and scale your blockchain networks with Polygon Edge using Zeeve. And we're looking to add more and more good features from you folks. We're seeing a lot of good traction. We're seeing a lot of enterprise adopt this amazing blockchain protocol. And while we have been into Polygon ecosystem for quite a long time, providing support for Polygon node deployments, their network setups and such, and also their shared APIs, we have also started this service of Polygon Edge that we are very happy to put it out to the community. So we'll be very happy to provide more and more features and keep you guys updated on what we are putting in place. But if you guys are interested into what we've got right now, you can sign up and start using it and provide your feedback. Your valuable inputs is how we improve our platform in general. At the very last, I would say that you can follow our different video series that we publish for different purposes. We've got a series of videos which we have for our Zeeve platform, and you can look at its overview and different blockchain protocols. So there might be some other blockchain protocols which are very much relevant to you. You can go through those videos as well. And we also have a series of videos for different topics, discussion topics which are outside Zeeve platform in general, for DeFi, for insurance, for whatever domain that you might be interested in. It's possible that we already may have some bit of good webinars present on them already. So you guys should follow us on LinkedIn, Telegram. We've got a good community in Discord, as I like to mention every time. And you can also follow us on many other places which I'm not keeping a track of myself, but they are posting some good information out there. So yeah, thanks for joining in. Let us know what you feel about Polygon Edge in comments, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.